Hey, welcome in everybody who's tuning in. Hold on, I'm just sharing this. You know how it goes. I'm sharing this and then I'll play this real quick to let everybody get in. Let's make sure to hit that like button. Try to share this on social media. Try to get in as many people as possible for this like 45-minute live stream. Yes, sir, James. Glad I could help. What's up, Morning Glory? J Ride, welcome in. Raul, welcome in. Make sure to hit that like button as you're coming on. And Derek, welcome in. All right, let's get this video started. Kill some time before everybody gets in.
Expecting up 0.6, we end up with up 0.6, and up 0.6 very important because
welcome, Emerson.
to find a higher number than that, you have to go to June of 2008. Now, when it comes to the year-over-year numbers, that was at 6.1%, definitely higher than expected. To find a higher number than that, you're going to Dec of 1981. Now, let's look at the month-over-month deflator, personal consumption expenditure. That's up 0.5 as expected. 0.6 is the high watermark. That was in April, so it's nice to moderate from that a bit. If you look at the
welcome in, Ruben.
over year number, expecting up 5.2, we get 5.2. To find a higher number than 5.2, you have to go back to April of 83. So not much easing back on the pricing issues. Now let's do our
Stacy, welcome. Grim Jaeger, welcome. Craig and J-Legs, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on this early morning, late night live on a possible bear trap in the making.
January preliminary read on durable goods. It's always volatile, Andrew, but in another week and a half to 2 weeks, we'll fine-tune it and get the numbers more clear. But right now, up 1.6%. That's much better than the 1% we were looking for. And in the rearview mirror, once again, we reversed a negative 0.7, turned it into a positive 1.2. Strip out transportation, it basically gets cut in half. You know that autos have a big function in the supply chain and a drag somewhat due to that. It drops to 0.7%. If you look at capital goods orders, non-defense aircraft, a proxy for capital investment and spending, it was
Alexander, welcome. Mr. Sean Crothers from the great state of Maine, welcome in. But you hear how they're trying to fluff this right now for real. For real, like, if we just take this out, and if we take that out, and if we do this. I just went live, Craig. Just now, brother. Tony, Mr. Carter, welcome in. Mother second choice in the house. Yeah, right, Kenny. I needed to. I just needed to. Because it looks like we could have a possible bear trap starting. So I want to let the market play out for the next like couple minutes while we're playing this and while I'm saying hi to everybody. UB2B in the house. I seen you had some new memes for me that we're gonna go through. New dad in the house. Congratulations, my brother. Hope everything's doing good. Or hope mom, baby are doing well. Hope your mind is good. Amir, welcome in. Blue Green, welcome in. Or Bluegrass, I mean. Wow, 29 people in here. Hit that like button. Tomo, welcome. Ankle Spanker, welcome. So let's finish this real quick.
It was up 0.9, 3 times expectations, and it gained a 1/10 from 0.3 to 0.4 last month. If we switch gears from orders to shipments, up almost 4 times expectations, up 1.9%, and in the rearview mirror, upgraded 0.3 last month from 1.3 to 1.6. You know, these numbers are pretty decent, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a little more upside to interest rates, of course, especially if we continue to get a deeper shade of green on the equity side. Andrew and the gang, back to you.
Rick, thank you. Want to get straight over though to Steve Leisman, get his thoughts on these numbers. Steve?
Yeah, Andrew, thank you. I think Rick made a nice point there. They're pretty decent. The expectation was that the economy bounced back a bit from the December numbers, but not quite so strongly. And now we're seeing, as Rick points out, better numbers in durables, much better numbers on the consumer spending side. I would point out savings were drawn down, and this is amid the inflation numbers that he did cite correctly, the 5.2 on the core PCE there. It's very important that we're in this shape here because we're about to go through some dramatic uncertainty here. Some of it higher oil prices, higher energy prices, pressuring American pocketbooks. And so the issue here is how much spending declines and how much pain is felt and how Americans are able to withstand it. And all of this, of course, paneling between the in front of the pain being felt over in the war zone there. But the impact here is going to be on from higher prices, at least initially. So we have a bounce back that we expect to be coming from Omicron and the shutdowns from that. So overall, we're going into a period of high uncertainty, in better economic shape and an accelerating economic shape. So in terms of the sacrifices here that need to be taken, I think the U.S. consumer is in reasonably good shape, if not.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting. Good way to let everybody get in. So welcome in. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. As you know, in my last update, I called for a retrace to about 38,000 level. It's actually 38,225 because if you look at a little bit of confluency here, we needed a little bit of a liquidity pull down. And this is bullish, guys, in my opinion. You've got a really uptrending support line that's trying to catch this right now. So this should meet it somewhere around here. Right at where my line's at. It should meet it there. And if that's the case, then we start to look around. And I still am very high on Filecoin right now because I believe this isn't done yet. And I am going to shock a few people because if this is what I'm thinking, this is a huge left shoulder that will end up getting us around that area, I believe. And then if it gets there, why can't it get to that 42? Where's my 42,555? Oh, it got moved up on accident. But the 43,000 or 42,000. What the hell happened here? This isn't 42,000. Somewhere at 552, that's close enough. But it could go up into that area, and you could see a finale up here. I'm not sure we can get all the way up. You know, if we could break all the way up there, I don't know if we can get all the way that high. I definitely know we can make a little bit of a run at this. Fernando, welcome in. But I think 41,800 or 42,552 would be the next logical choices as we had a wick at 40,077. If this is a left shoulder, it's going to have to come up pretty substantially. I don't think it's going to get up and break this area at all. But when we start looking at certain things, I broke down the 30-minute, and I mean, that's pretty low volume there in the 30-minute. If we're going to say that this is just going to fall apart, I mean, look at that buy volume compared to the sell volume. Now it's kind of getting to an area. Let's see if this picks up a little bit here as it drops down, but I don't know. You got the daily time frame right here that we broke through, so we know we have to go to the 4-hour. But if you hold the 4-hour time frame on a dump, it's very bullish. And it gave itself so much room to hold this that it's almost scary that it's that high above it still. I mean, it's an interesting one. Filecoin's down to 1881, so absolutely the right play not buying that right away. But I mean, look at that. That's a pretty good reversal candle there. It really is. Yeah, I've got it right at that 1868, and that correlates with the 4-hour time frame. And it's getting pretty darn close to there. Let's see. I don't know what I said. About Bitcoin, Kenny? You know, the whole board's going to end up right now. It's going to look good. You notice how XRP's over the 75-cent level. So, I mean, this all looks like it does another level. And when we called out that bullish divergence last night, in class. That's what we were talking about, that this would have to come up. And XRP 85 cents looks pretty good to me if we break this level. Oh, yep, Kenny. It's a definite possible buy, and that's what I've been targeting all night with Filecoin. Let's see. Whoops. And I kicked myself too, guys, because last night I told you run tends to outperform the market, and I was looking at it at 29 cents. But now look, here's another thing, guys. Are we gonna pull a bullish divergence in the 4-hourly? Look how this is about. Remember how we were on the 30-minute last night? And we said we're about to create a bullish divergence. I think we're going to do it in the 4-hour as well. And it's about to start with Ren. I could be freaking crazy. But look at the 4 hours. Ren already curved up. File won't be able to because it hasn't had that big push yet. But let's go to some that have already had the push, like Theta. It's now using it as support. You can see it. Ooh. Appreciate you taking the time to do this. Ruben, thank you so much for the $5. I don't know what it comes out to in US, but I just say how much it is as if it's United States dollars, no matter how much it is, even if the conversion rate's a lot. So I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, yeah, it sometimes takes a lot to, come on and do this at 1 a.m., but with what the market's showing us, we have opportunity in the water, and a lot of people are getting nervous and selling, so this isn't like when you first dumped. We have a little bit of something up here. Yes, those was my other target I was looking at. That was my initial one, but then I started looking at File because so many people dump Doge so quickly that sometimes it's hard to get out of. But yeah, I had a target on the 4-hour time frame. The first one was 1272, but looking what I'm looking at in the market, I think 1260. Like I told Caitlin, I don't think she's in here. But I told her 1260 was a great spot to have that stop loss, just because that's around the 4-hour time frame and the 20-day. And if you fall through that, then you know you're in some trouble. This is the thing in the 4-hour. If you come below this, it's over. Right now, anything over this is fine. But once you come below this, it's just going to come down. If you do this, it can come up. There's a lot of room here still. Oh, gee, what's going on? AK? 39 likes, 61 viewers. Hit that like button. Let's get that a little bit closer to the even mark. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to look at too, we'll keep jumping around a little bit, but the one thing I wanted to look at is Wawa, man, before I run too far. Absolutely, Kenny. And it's so hard because when it starts to go, it just goes. And it moves a lot faster than most coins when it dumps. So it's one of those that doesn't usually get a big rebound. It'll just do its thing. Yeah, I think so with Filecoin. I think Filecoin's on par. Just like I think XLM. Depending on how far XLM came. If XLM actually came down to right here, and you're looking at 18.5, I mean, in a situation like that where it holds, that's another one that could catch me because I might just buy that because it's XLM. But no, Filecoin's the same way though. Filecoin's starting to get into a beautiful position, and it hasn't had any of these push-ups like any of these other ones. It's just been steady. And you would think, look how little of a push-up this has had so far. This is minute. Emerson, unfortunately, I think Bitcoin's going to have to go through the bear trap on this weekend. Well, the Fed, that they injected a little bit of money because of what Russia was doing. They used it as an excuse, so that's why the stock market got a little bump. But we can't mistake this for what it really is. Yes, sir, Kenny. It really is. Filecoin and XLM, they run almost directly with each other. If you look at the charts, it's so crazy. So, and then we look and we're like, okay, well, what else could we be looking at that we're like, well, what could run tonight? Like last night, it was the whole board. We looked at the whole board and we said a bullish divergence was happening in the 30-minute. I'm just not sure where the language got lost in the class last night. Like, hey, I mean, I even circled these areas with algo and said that's the buy area, and then it bounced off kind of sideways. But look at this. This is a weird action, but there is some volume coming in algo. And it's, I mean, you can see the W reversal. This is still a W reversal, even though it came down farther right here. This is absolutely a W reversal. It's just one of those weird ones that end up get these pops. See, this looks like it could come way up here if it can just get out of this area. That's it. That's my thing. If it gets past 87 cents, holy magolies, I'll go sold. Oh, man. And look how it's rounding. Look at this. This is a reversal. See how this is rounding? That means this is probably going to come up. And we're going to retest this area, I think. I do. I think I do. Man, would it be nice. But this could hook up and we could meet somewhere in the middle. So we'll just say 81. Yeah, there's still a lot of room on some of these. I mean, God, that's such a... You can't make these up with IOTA and algo. Look at those W's. God, man. Yes, they could pour down, but look, you can already see Ethereum pushed up past. So if you look at any of them that are right here at this point, Ethereum's already pushed past that level. So algo hasn't, which leads you to believe that because of what Ethereum did, algo should be somewhere up here, no problem. It should push right past that, and then we should be, or maybe right here, and be looking at like the 89. Yeah, probably the 89. I don't know, though. I mean, it came up to the 4-hour time frame. If Algo did the same thing and got rejected, you're talking... Yeah, see? Algo's way behind Ethereum. You got 16% of the 4-hour time frame. Look at Ethereum. It's way up at the 4-hour. Whoops. What's file look like in relation to that? Holy shit. Look how undervalued these would be if they're going to do the same move as Ethereum. This is, you're talking $22.21 up there, or $22.20. It sure was Dancing Jesus. It sure was. Wow. But XLM is coming closer to the 4-hourly. That's already made more of a move, AK, than some of these other ones, ironically, even though it seems impossible. VeChain, Zill, I think are all going to be in that same category. DGB, but that's climbing up a little bit more. But you can see these are all coming through the areas on the 4-hour time frame now. It's just like what we were seeing in the 30 yesterday. It's getting confirmed right now. Doge is at the 1448 level if this is finishing. Oh my God, look at Luna. Jesus Christ. That, I mean, if that's a, I don't know if that's an outlier or if that's going to be an indicator of the market. Another one that's really interesting, guys, and I talked about this yesterday, is Sand. If this really pulls up and uses this as a W reversal, you're talking about an area right to there, about $4.06. And this is, the fact it only moved as much as it did today, I'm really a little bit surprised. Holy shit. I don't believe we're going to have an altcoin season soon. There's too much stuff that has to happen. But like I've always said, you know, it can surprise us with a little bit of volume. With this kind of volume, you would get, like, I mean, that's a big W, though. These are some big W's that formed. Am I wrong? Is that not a huge fucking W? It's a decentralized token that people pour into. And don't be sorry, Blue Green, even if I'm repeating myself. If you didn't hear it, I'm not repeating because you would need to hear it. So I don't mind. But guys, yes or no? Does that look like a huge W there on fucking sand? Like we might need to pay attention to that. Holy fuck! Not just that, the most undervalued one in this whole fucking run up, guys. My God, look at this in the daily time frame. Look how low the fucking RSI is on Spell. That is insane. This is the one too last night that I'm like, and you can see wow, look at that, a reversal right there in the daily time frame. This could be the reversal candle on this, guys. Yep, exactly, Morning Glory. This is gonna be. I didn't know the Fed was gonna inject it. If I knew that, well, obviously last night would have been a different story. Does he really? Okay, well, if this is a market-wide injection, look at that W. Even if it gets rejected, am I wrong to say that we should come here and look what we're gonna get? Look at what we're gonna get supported by. If we end up breaking over this, and this is the crucial part of this, where are we at? 324. That means if this is a bear trap, we just pour it under there on a fake out back down, because that's your ultra bullish signal right here. You could be beating this right now with a savings. And yes, we had a false wick down, but what's going to end up happening here if this plays out? Right? Even if it's a fake out, these come up to about right here. That's one hell of a push up. And then even if it got rejected in the beginning, it was right there. Because that's the first rejection point on the daily time frame. So we come down to 315. I mean, fuck, this is just yelling at us. Buy this shit. That is I'm sorry, I didn't come on here expecting this. That is a gigantic reversal. Let's see if we can find some in the commodities market that did the same thing and see what they ended up doing. Whoops, that's not going to be gold. That's not exactly the same, but you got a wide base and then it came up to here. I'm trying to find some that are similar because I know, honestly, Stacy, if I buy something, I might have to abandon Filecoin. Not that I don't like it, but that is a huge fucking W reversal that you don't see every day. Good thing I came on live because I had no idea that reversal was that big. Fuck, I'm not going to be able to find one unless I go into a smaller time frame. Maybe I can go into the crypto market. I mean, look at Stacy. Look at Theta on the 4 hour. Yes, we are, Kenny. We were talking Sandbox. This is an interesting one too because it came all the way down to there and it's got a support way. I mean, there's a few of these that are starting to take this shape like sand. I think sand's a little more because of where it's at in the pattern, but I don't know. Am I crazy to think that Theta might be coming up to retest the old symmetrical? Yeah, did you guys see how it snuck in these giant W reversals here with that liquidity dump with the Russia news? Holy sh... I'm glad that I came on tonight live. This is why I came on live. I'm like, I gotta look at the market. Theta's at 281. If this retests the symmetrical where it dropped, that's 78% where that dropped from. If it just comes up here and retests this old failed cup and handle, man, Theta's got a long ways. I mean, that's obviously in the daily time frame and the 4 hour time frame. There's a lot of stuff. OG, that had that pull down just like a couple of the other ones we looked at. Look how far down that pulled down in the 4 hour, but what about the daily? Yeah, see, that had a fake bottom down. See? A fake out to the downside to 3.9, but the actual double bottom was at 4.391. And like what I look for is if these are reversal candles like it's showing, you would come up to this red line first. So, I mean, your first real line of defense before you would even have to worry is 5-2. That's a healthy gain right there. No, Kenny, there is too much happening. And it sucks that it's 1:16 in the morning like always. Shiba. Hold on. Let me get some of this nonsense out of here because it's going to be hard to see. So, with Shiba, see what it looks like in the 4-hourly. I mean, it's got this reversal pattern that it got supported on the 4-hour time frame, but in the daily time frame, we're trying to be supported on the 4-hour, which is very bullish. I mean, on the 200 day, not the. It's late. Whoops. What is that? 2483, and we have to be over 25. Or no, not 25. We're over it. 2485, and we're at 2. Oh, we're right on it. So I mean, a lot of these are right on those lines. I mean, shit though. Sandbox. Does that mean OMG probably looks the same? No, kind of. Holy fuck. So, I still think sand, by looking at that just, look at that. And if this were to shoot up, this would go to all-time highs. If this got into discovery, holy fuck. At some point. But I don't think it would happen now. But, I mean, you never know with some of these. But I think this has a pretty mighty retest happening. That's a big W reversal. If it pulls up, obviously it can get rejected, and then you could get something like this, and it could end the dreams of this. Right? That's what's likely going to happen with the market. But what I'm saying is that's still a healthy run-up from here. What did I say? We're at 314 now. I mean, that's 14% just to there, assuming it doesn't get past there. I mean, look, guys, here's the biggest thing about this. This is a perfect example. Look at the volume to pump it up, and look how little that volume is to dump it. This is screaming buy right now. I'm just letting everybody know. This is screaming buy. We've already finished the bullish divergence here. I mean, there's no sell volume here. There's nothing. Look how low the sell volume is. If this was going up, I would tell you to sell it. I mean, look how big the buy. And then where's the sell? Hey, I'm way down here, the sell volume. And then, whatever you're a fan of, I mean, it doesn't even fucking matter at this point. I think we're going to have a market-wide push-up, and then maybe tomorrow it's just going to pull the rug out from us, like tomorrow night or into Sunday. But XRP, like, it doesn't matter what you're a fan of. XRP just did it in a different way, the way it created its W. And XRP to me looks like it needs to do this. Like, I don't know. That's just me. So if I'm feeling like this, yesterday when I felt the way I felt, it went the exact way that I felt. It was just a matter of if you bought it or not. And now you're in the same spot again. That's how I feel what it's going to do. We don't have enough sell volume to support a dump right now. I mean, that sell volume is unbelievably low. The fact it even dumped this far is a miracle. This is always one, too, that I always think twice about. But yeah, I don't want to get I don't want this to be part of my decision just because I've got to narrow it down. Sand, though, looks like it's if it comes down, and because this had a cross, it sometimes comes down and hits the 200 day right there, and then it'll bounce. But in the 4-hourly and the daily, we're looking That's the thing. Like, if this is a fake down to the downside, this just gave us a buying opportunity that's unreal because it came down below and it's going to have to quickly pull back up. Hey, Randad, welcome in. Lewis, welcome in. Sandbox, I would say your immediate target, you'd look at the daily time frame, the 20-day, which is that red line, and that would be your first major target, assuming we got topside at 326. If we broke that, then we have a confluent area that we have to come up to. But I don't know if it's going to go up there. I think 358.8 is screaming at us right now. And then theta. Yep, they are. They look identical. They really do. They look identical. They both have that huge W on the end of the pattern that's about to pull up. And then theta would go from 281. And then you'd be looking at this. Yeah, it's about the same spot, 14% roughly. Maybe 13. 12.75 up to the 200-day. I mean, 20-day in the daily time frame. But there's a chance that with this market money being pushed into this, there's a lot of fear in the market. Look where theta's at. This is the bottom of the symmetrical, the much bigger symmetrical from the other side. So if we pulled this down, you could see this is a much bigger symmetrical at play right now. Nope. It's supposed to be farther out. It's something like this. So, I mean, if you look at the play here, if it goes back to the top from right here, holy shit. I mean, if theta really wanted to and go balls wild here with this injection, you never know. The top of symmetrical is 86%. And I suppose I could have done it like this. Now that I have more data, we could have just come out like this. Something like maybe that. That makes more sense to people. Or you can come through this area right here where you had a bunch of consolidation. We could maybe say it's doing something like that. So, I mean, the symmetrical's intact. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really matter where you go from. It looks like it's intact right now. Yo, Duke, welcome in. Sand theta. I mean, right now. The entry points are right now because it's below where you would be playing the entry points. That's what I'm saying. All of these are below the technical support where you would say that's where it needs to hit and bounce. We already did the double bottoms. Now it's a retest of the breakout point. So it would be right now you're getting the discount of the night right now. So literally with sand, anything under $3 and where the daily time frame is, $3.26 would have been where I would have said, hey, buy it when it gets to the top side of that. So this is one of the cases where it's like, buy it when it gets supported by that. This is buying it first. So right now we're preempting this move. As weird as that sounds because it already moved yesterday, technically we're preempting this move, and if you go by the fake out, it was already over it, and it looks like we had a premature dump down here, and we had an engulfing candle too when this happened. So, but with the daily time frame overall, you can see the volume doesn't look as good, but yeah, with them all. I'm not saying, but that's the thing. This is if you think it's going to go up and it's going to follow that upward trajectory that it's looking like. It would be all of these would be. Right now, XRP, well, yes. XRP's close, 75, 155 on the daily, but what did we do on the 30-minute? Yeah, we're getting supported on the 30 with XRP, so it's right where you want it to be. So on some of them we're being supported by the daily, but on XRP we're being supported by the 30. This is in the immediate short term what you want. Yes, it does, Stacy, just in a bigger time frame. This is going to be the confirmation of the 30-minute tonight. Yep, we were watching Filecoin. That's what got me onto this. Dance and Jesus, it looked pretty similar when we were looking at it. That's what we were saying. It looked. Oh, you know what, Stacy? I mean, File does look exactly the same, and that was our calling. So let's see how many percent it has to go up to there. I don't remember. I like to go with the one that costs more because it's cheaper to buy per share when you have to pay per share on a fucking. If you guys ever, ooh, it just went to 1893. Yeah, see, it's a little bit less, 8.3% to get to the daily time frame. I don't know if when you're looking back at this, there's the reversal candle. The gut says buy this. Where the market's at right now. My gut says buy it. Obviously, it's your own decision. I can't tell you what to do. And I'm not a financial advisor, but shit. And it's 127. That's the thing that sucks the most about this. It's 1 fucking 27. Hey, Dancing Jesus, thanks for the $20 on Cash App. Holy smokes. I didn't even see that until just now. That is damn generous of you. Like, holy moly. So I guess the conclusion is that I think I should buy this. Not think, I know I should buy this. And if it fails, it fails, and you would have a stop loss. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, the only problem with this is there's nowhere to measure a stop loss unless we come down to, because it's so out of whack right now because we had the divergence that now your stop loss, it's out of whack. So it would have to be if this were to break, but man, that's a far fall. No, you're right, Stacy. You are right. The only thing that sucks is when I was talking about that, I was talking about if we've seen the bullish divergence so far ahead like we did yesterday. But this is essentially the same thing. We're seeing a pattern develop just as far ahead. And not all of them are in the exact same spot, you know, like 30-minute time frame is where algo's at. I almost like it better where Sand's at just because it's so far it's right up on the daily as support. That means it's at the start of a move. This is still the start of the move if it can get supported by the daily, as to where some of them are already pushing through the move. Man, I mean, when you're looking at these, it's almost begging for a move right here. Like, even for 88, it's in a falling channel. This would even come back up here likely and retest that at $1. But that's not a huge move, but still, you can see it. I mean, it's almost 10%. It is 10%. And then Quant. Last night, when I told you guys, I was so mad when I woke up because I said if Quant hits $1.04 or $104, that's where I would buy it if I was up. And I didn't have any idea when I woke up today. Some point during the day when I was doing my stuff, Quant actually hit. It was 4:30 in the morning, right after I fell asleep. But look, it actually hit that $104 I was talking about, where it would be the perfect play, and that's where I wanted to buy it. But while we were doing the class, it never dropped down like that. Snakehead Paradise. I think it's a long term. When this plays out, it'll be a bull trap. But as far as the immediate 24 hours, I think we have a bear trap tonight with how it just dropped. But I think going into tomorrow and into the futures open Sunday, I think we have a big dump coming. That is why we're doing this. And a lot of people started selling off tonight after the flip because they seen this little push down. But to me, this little push down looks a little orchestrated because that dump volume across the board doesn't look great. I mean, look at Quant. Look at that dump volume in it. You're telling me it dumped just as far as it pumped on that last push with that volume? I mean, it just doesn't look right. Almost looks like this was an artificial pull down to try to get some people out for a weekend, you know, a few percent pump here. More than a few percent, actually. God, this one is also one that's just ringing in my ears. Like, Tom, it's on the fucking reversal here. Like, it's at the bottom. This one hasn't even moved. Out of all of them, this is the one that's moved least. And if it did, and these kind of coins end up making these ridiculous runs because they've got such a big pull. And this is at the literal bottom of this candle right now. That's the one where you would make the most, 30%. And this is what we talked about yesterday with Spellcoin. I will be right back, guys. I gotta go take care of something real quick. Oops. All right, sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Hey, Nicholas, I appreciate that. Would I go spell or sand? Well, I'm asking myself the same question because it looks like I'm going to have a long-ass night because my son is still up. He woke back up, so I might have more time to stare at the charts than I thought tonight. And if that's the case, I still think sand. My gut's telling me sand, and it's already at a premature pull up on this candle already. So what that tells you, if this is a reversal candle, we're down to about, what are we at, 427. So close enough, right around there. I mean, there's a 5.5% move built in there just on the top of this wick. And honestly, we've only went 7 hours into this candle almost, and we've actually had 361 million. And the typicals, I mean, no. I think my gut, if I wouldn't have heard all the things that people said about Spell, is telling me I think I would go Spell personally. I think it's got an easier chance to run up. I just don't know what the fees are going to be like right now. But I would definitely keep my eye on sand. But you see how this has already gone through this candle, right? And then we came to this candle, which means Spell's 1 day behind right now, which means that we're looking for this nice move up at the end of this candle like it did on these, or during the day, which means Spell's behind this, which means within the next couple hours, if you ask me my personal opinion, Spell is the farthest behind out of all of these. It's just now hitting its reversal candle, where like sand hit its reversal candle yesterday. Now it's starting its up candle. And the rest of the market, for the most part, is already one step ahead. See, they're all ahead. See? So Spellcoin is the one that's way behind. So Spell is actually a step behind the rest of the market. See, it's really the only one that's like that. So Spellcoin would be the better way to go if you believe this is the reversal candle. And the rest of the market kind of already showed us that it is. And I can show you one more piece of evidence why this could be the reversal candle. Look how big this wick pullback is. That is never good news, because that means you're coming up to the at least retest the 20-day in the daily, which is way up here. So I am thinking I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to buy Spellcoin since I'm going to be up all fucking night. I just want to see how much the fees are. Let's see. Or the house Spellcoin. The Spell token. Okay, so let's just say I was going to spend, I want to buy 10,000 of these just to see how much it breaks down to. Nope, it's got to be at a higher. I forgot these are so low. So $1,000 would be 231, and it's at what right now? 224. So how big of a, we got to see how big of a run up that is. That's how I figure out the separation on uphold. So where the hell Spell? So I mean that's not a terrible run up, honestly. To be honest with you, what they're giving you differential right now. Let's see. It could be worse because it's Spell and it just doesn't seem as much because it. But if this is, hold on. 4-2. It wants to give me that. That seems rather low. $23.07. That seems really. That 307. That seems low. That's all it's gonna charge for the fee. I would be very happy about that. I don't think that's true. I think it's gonna be far more than that. Because one, you can't, I mean, it's so hard to just say, hey, how much does one of these cost? Because it comes up with a weird price because it's so cheap. So 100.4. Okay, see, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. And this is what you have to watch out for. I'm going to show you guys right now what pisses me off about crypto. If that's indicating it right, because if I try to buy 100, it wants 44 cents. So if I do 1,000, okay, it's less than that. It's 434. I was gonna say there's no way they're making you pay 44. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so it's the typical 1.3% on this one, roughly. So that's no different. That's nothing to be like, oh my god. That's just the normal the cost of doing business with crypto, I guess. And it's down 1.61% right now, so that's your buy-in fee right there that it's down. So let's look at Bitcoin real quick, and then we can have a poll real quick and see. Well, not a poll, but I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? Oh, for Shiba, real quick, and then we gotta do the rest of this so we can decide here before it starts going up. So Shiba, if you were to completely fall through, you really don't want to be below this in the 30, but like I said, I believe these might be bear traps because you can see it's a reversal candle here. That's what I'm saying. These are reversal candles, even on the 30 right now. So you don't want to fall anywhere really below this area. If you fall below this blue line, I would say it's trouble, but in a bear trap, these can dump down lower than they should just to get everybody out. But like I said, I mean, I can't confirm that it's a bear trap. The only thing that will confirm that this drop was somewhat of a bear trap is if we move up to the 41,000 level right after this. But I mean, if you look at the volume, does that really tell you guys that Bitcoin's going down? And we're running out of 30-minute candles now. And you can see the reversal starting right here as well. A sneaky bottom reversal on the RSI. To be honest with you. So I would say it's now or never if you're going to buy something and you're going to take a chance. And it's giving you spell for 433 on uphold right now. So 433. Where's it at? So it's at 427, but it's giving you it for 433 right now. Which, honestly, that's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. There you go. So I decided to buy it at 427. CFX, welcome in. So I put some money on Spellcoin, as you just seen, because I think I could be wrong, but I think we're about to have a little bit of a pull up in the market, just a tiny bit, nothing major. But we have very little volume dumping, so this looks like a reversal about to happen again to the upside. So we will be, it's going to be interesting. Run. Run had a nice run up yesterday. I almost bought Run. I'm so mad at myself. Well, not mad at myself, but I was going right to bed. Run looks good, honestly, if it holds this area. And look at the dump volume in the 30-minute. There's no dump volume. Like, really, we're not seeing very much dump volume here. But if Run holds this is what you want to see in the 30, first of all, would be 33.5. And it's above that. In the daily time frame, yeah, we're above in both time frames. And this looks like a W reversal in Run as well. So, I mean, the whole market's kind of signaling we're having a reversal here. So, it's a matter of how quick you can grasp it and if you want to take the gamble on it, because no money's safe money when it's in the market. But just the way it looks with that injection from the Fed, I mean, if there's ever any time to get on board just for a small run up, and like, I took out 15% of my portfolio today, so if I was ever going to make a move, today's the day I was going to make a move and be more gamble-hearted, since I took out 15%. Did a little metals purchase, so now I'm looking to make up and take a little bit of a gamble here. Oh, XLM. XLM's the same way. Look at it. It's got a huge W reversal building in the daily time frame. All of these do. It just had a little bit of a extra pull down, but It had a double bottom that really formed, and you can use any of this area. But right here is the true bottom, I would say, with the wick pull down to 16.3 area, 16.1. But it looks like, and I mean, it means that we called out the bullish divergence a long ways ago. You know, we called it out yesterday before it even started pulling through these. So, I mean, we would have been in two different spots now. Now a lot of people would have sold, and then they would have tried to rebuy back in at either the right or wrong time. But I mean, look at the daily RSI. It looks great. There's so much room to run on this. We came way down and dumped, and now it's kind of giving us our chance to run here. Assuming that the market is going to, you know, pull up in that way. But to be honest with you guys, when it's like this, futures is closed, we kind of know what's... James, I'll look at that right after. We kind of know what's going on here. I mean, we kind of know what's going on, right? That was a great pull down, but what volume pulled XLM down on that daily candle? None. The volume's decreasing as it comes down, and it just came down to... AK, you know as well as I do. Look, the last time it came down and touched the 20 on this push up. In the 30-minute time frame, it exploded off of it. I assume it's going to do the same thing and explode up to the next level. I just, for some reason, my gut's telling me Spellcoin, and it's been yelling at me for the last 24 hours, and I can't believe I got a chance at almost identical prices last night. That's what's ridiculous, is it's almost the identical price. But James, thanks for the $2.99. So I hope that helps, AK. But that's what I'm seeing, homie. Yeah, Tezos, I know for a fact, Tezos, while I'm on this side of the board, has not really started its move. And Tezos is up here by me. It's coming down to retest like all of them. When you break the cup, what you want to do here is in the shorter time frames, you want to maintain the top side of that after a broken cup and handle. So when we want to talk about bullish cup and handles, I mean, that's about as bullish as it gets if it bounces off of that. This is what you want. Because typically we're seeing them come down like this, and then people are like, is it going to hold? Right now we did the real bullish thing, and now if we hold the 20-day, this is telling us we've got a lot of room to go up still. Look how little the 30-minute sell volume is in Tezos too. How far up they're going to go, nobody knows. But right now, I mean, honestly, it's almost screaming. Everybody's scared because it dropped down below 40K again, but how perfect was it to get a bunch of people to get nervous because it went all the way up to 40,000. They had everybody come in, leverage their shit out. It comes all the way up to 40,000, 349. Everybody thinks it's off to the races. But what happens? We've still got this overriding 39,800 or whatever, 900. So these are really the way you have to look at this now. Because you have to update it on the 30-minute when you're trying to ride and see how it's going. But the fact we created a bullish divergence so convincingly in the 30-minute leads me to believe that next up would be the 4-hour time frame. And look how high, you see how Bitcoin, you see how this rounded, how this is coming up. It's kind of like coming up almost vertical now if it just pulls up a little more. This is a bullish rounding now. So what do you think, AK, honestly? What do you think? So, yeah, so with Tezos, I just want to show you Bitcoin, but with Tezos, you know, you got to look at the daily time frame. And that's what I was saying before. And I think it already made the move on Tezos, to be honest with you. It's going to go next level now. Well, I mean, it pulled down a little bit, so it's got to go back up. Oops. But I think Tezos already proved what we're talking about. Almost. So with Tezos, you've got $3.50. We came close before. We're at $3.33. So to me, you've got a built-in, what was that, about 5% to get back up there, 6%, and then see if we get back over. I think it's going to go much lower than 32, especially if this is if this is a push up. And see, this is the thing, even though we'll find out how low we're going to go based on how high this goes up. If this goes up and makes a run at like 45 or maybe 47K, the fall is going to be phenomenal because you're going to have a whole bunch more buyers ready to get out and just thank God they got back up to that level, and you're going to see a massive sell-off. Remember, February pump at some point before we go into the March dump. We just happened to have a February dump that was kind of a little unexpected. I thought we were going to have somewhat of a pump too, but then we had some of this news. So it kind of switched things up a little bit, but there was definitely an opportunity last night just like this. But who knows if tonight plays out like last night? Tonight it could just go completely the other way on us, you know? So there's really no way to be like, okay, this is what's happening, except for the fact that we did get confirmation of bullish divergences in the 30-minute time frame. Where was Spellcoin at with the 30-minute time frame bullish divergence? I can't remember. Yeah, see, it doesn't. That's the thing. Spellcoin never even finished its bullish divergence yet. This is just a consolidation point. But it's already 3/4 of the way through. But look, here's the thing about Spellcoin. It had a fake out. Now it came back down and it's trying to retest, but it doesn't look good because of the 30-minute. But when you pull it out, you can see. So it came down 5.5% today. But when you see where it actually came down to, where's this at? We're at the, what is this? The where are we at? The 4-hour time frame. We came down to the 4-hour time frame on Spellcoin, which is what I'm trying to get to. On the Spellcoin, we came down to the 4-hour time frame. We had a little bit of a pull down. I'm thinking of a move on Spell, but I am sad that this move to 42K will bring. Yep, you're right. If it gets to 42K, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen. And it's probably going to go lower than that, too. But I mean, before a reasonable bounce, yeah, 28K. So really, you're looking at Spellcoin to get over 43089 to be on the top side of the 4-hour time frame. So I'm saying these would be for Spell, and some of these, just on a technical point of view, you're trying to beat the punch here if you're trying to get into this. You know, obviously, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. You can get in and it can go south right away. That's why they call it gambling, ladies and gentlemen. At least I do. See, Luna's off the charts though. With it's overbought right now in the 4-hour. Some of these aren't in that same situation. Spell's, you know, teetering towards the neutral area. It is in the neutral, but in the daily, it's real low. Real low. I mean, look how low it is in the RSI right now. So it's got room to run in the daily. That's why I think today into tomorrow. It sure is FX. Hey, CFX, what are you in? Are you in Spell or are you in some other meme style or metaverse or what's your drug of choice tonight to see if it goes up? Out of curiosity. Anybody who's watching, what are you in if you're in? Or did you get in? Ooh, Sean Sand. That's exactly what I was thinking first, to be honest with you. I think they'll have pretty similar moves, if I had to guess. Spell Theta and File. Alrighty then. Elwood Sand, very nice. Ruben, a fellow Spell. Kenny, Theta 50, 25 File, 25 Sand. Not bad at all. Sand, File, Theta. H-Bar, XLM, Shiba, Spell. Ooh. So you guys are thinking we're probably going to push up here in the immediate short term, at least today into tomorrow. Do you guys think by Sunday we're still going to be moving up, or do you think this is going to be the last hurrah right now, today into tomorrow, and whatever we do tomorrow, and then do you think it's just going to dump after? Ooh, Theta. Half and half on Spell and Sand. Very nice, Dancing Jesus. If I had the testicular fortitude to do that, I would, but I always go one. The Ankle Spankler going Spell. Nice. Yep, I agree, Kenny. I plan on being out tomorrow at some point. I know that sounds like a pansy move, but I really do plan on being out tomorrow at some point. If this goes the way I want. Sand file for Raul. Can't argue with that. That's how I feel, James. And James, I tend to agree with you with Spell. I think there's something because how hard it dumped. I think Spell's in a unique position here if it actually does push up to where there could be a lot of buyback on Spell because it did fall. And you know how Spell is. When it actually goes, it moves a lot. And it's been severely behind. H bar could go back to, hey guys, don't be afraid to send the old Tom a little something something. You know. You guys might have to send me some donations. I might go broke on this trade. Where's what was I going to? H bar. Sorry, it's like 2 a.m. here and I may be a tad bit delirious now. But Julie can't get mad at me now because my son woke up, so I had to put him back to bed. And I don't hear him anymore, thank God. But I like when he's up. He's funny. If this breaks out of here, you're going up quite a bit. This is up on the symmetrical, it looks like. Getting close, but look, these really look like reversals, and that's what I was saying. Sand looks like it was a little bit behind. Look, both. Noted. At least you gave me 2 cents. I agree, AK. Last pump. Last pump. It almost feels like we're reading this perfectly because we're looking at volume. The volume's much too low trying to dump down here. And you can see, since the trend reversal, you can see the volume we have to contend with now. So, as we're coming up, volume was still not bad. Coming down, started coming down, coming up, little boost, coming down, coming up. You can see the little scattered volume, but now on this dump, it disappeared, guys. I mean, that 30-minute volume was gone. So, I mean, this is much like the market. This looks like H-bar. You got this. And then when it's all said and done, we're going to look at it and be like, we should have known that it was going to come over this and create a head like that. I think 26 cents is absolutely in play. It's just got to get over that pesky 238. If it can get over 238, look out. And it's bouncing off the 20-minute right now. Or the 20-day and the 30-minute time frame. Grim Jaeger, $10. I hope I didn't what's the word I'm looking for? Hope I didn't put you against a barrel to give me that or donate the $10. I really appreciate it though, in all seriousness. I'm gonna roll a joint, guys. I can't go anywhere. Now Julie can't yell at me. Listen, the best thing that could ever happen to you is my son decided to stay up until 1:30. So now I gotta wait him out to see if he goes to sleep. Because he went to bed at like 8, woke up at 11:30, right before I came on. And then I've been sneaking around. Sometimes when I go silent on here, I walk to his room, just so you guys know. I'm very suave. I act like it's a trading view issue. Damn it, trading view, you won't let me click on the screen. $210 billion spells circulating total. That's a lot. The good thing about Spell, though, in all honesty, you want to talk about coins that have been hit the hardest by dumping? Look at that. I'm not talking about from that part at the top. I'm just talking about from here. Look at this on the daily. We're talking February 8th, or you can just go back. Let's go from 2020 or 2022. So, guys, in about 45 days, Spell, just wrap this around your brain. Spellcoin in less than 45 days, roughly, has fallen. It came down 86%. And as of right now, Spellcoin is down better than 82% right now. I mean, if you were ever going to buy something and it has a chance to rebound, these are the kind that you can be like, okay, this has to have a reversal based on merit. And for the first time in a while, you actually got some green volume showing up here on a daily. And I'm telling you, this could be the reversal of all reversals here for Spell to at least push us back up. And it doesn't seem like a lot because it seems minute. Because it's just like, hey, there's the red line right there. But that's fucking 28% or 27% just to get to the red line. But Kenny, the way I look at it, if you're just swing trading it, I can't buy XRP right now because it's going to be too hard to get rid of, or XLM, or DGB. I have like 5,000 DGB that I bought when DGB went down to 1.8 that I'm just going to let sit there. Yeah, Spell, there was some crazy shit that happened, and that's why it dumped so hard, because there was some, well, I've talked about it. So did some people on our Telegram as well. CCFX, I love that. Priority commenting as an admin as well. That's one of the perks of being my admins, guys. Even if you're not, I'm not saying he's not part of Tom's Army. I'm saying for the ones not part of Tom's Army. If they're a admin, that's some special privilege because then they're allowed to comment in the live streams because I feel they're valuable. So, just putting it out there. Putting it out there. Okay, so we've been on Spell. We're Spell at. It's still at 427. The one thing I do like about the market, though, is that it's kind of like in freeze mode right now. And this is where you can kind of see an overall overtake when you start to swing one way or the other. But just the kind of patterns we're seeing W's. You know, we're seeing early forms of W's. And some of these just had wicks that went down way too far. And if you look at the wicks in the daily, it makes sense because there's the double bottom on Doge was at 1211. We just had a huge wick down in it. Remember the last time we had these huge wick pull downs and it pulled up like this and it ended up pulling up to at least test the 20? It makes too much sense for Doge now to not, and I repeat, to not do this and come retest this at like, this is 8.3, but the Tesla symmetrical is about 11%. It makes too much sense not to do this right now. Yep, I can't. Yep. Although you are an admin, well, you're not an admin, you're a moderator, but I can't let you, Kenny. I'm not putting you in the same position as the Discord. Remember that? Sorry, guys, I can't go in anything yet because I'm rolling a joint, so you're gonna have to sit on Doge. I can be pricked into the right direction with a $1 million donation. That's right. I'm trying to. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really focused on. There we go. Okay, so XPR. Okay. I used to have XPR. Isn't that Pro Time? Where the hell's my Pro Time? You know I had this on here. I used to cover this a lot more. For you dancing Jesus. Isn't that Pro Time? What the hell happened? I know I had it on here. I know I'm not crazy. Yeah, I know you will, Penny. That's why I can't put you in that position. Oh, thank you, Dancing Jesus. I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. Yep, no, I agree with the HPAR as well. The WEF, it's like you said, it's not as bad as it first seemed. In my, what the fuck? Oh, I clicked on the right one. Awesome. Even though it's the one linked to Tether, so it probably doesn't have any of my charts. Let's see how this looks on the 30. I mean, minus the wicks, it came right down to the bottom right here. If you just said, like, this is the pattern right through the middle. Now we're trying, and we are right now. I think it's the same as the rest of these. We're on. It looks exact. Now we're in the 4 hour time frame that we found it on support. So I mean, these look identical. They all look the same. Like they're gonna come up and retest these higher levels. It really does. It's pretty crazy. And the first area you would look for here. I'm gonna go back to the daily time frame because it seems like we're finishing off a daily time frame pattern right here. So it'll at least get rejected right here since we did do the reversal. So 1135 to try to get a reversal. If it doesn't go higher, what's that? 1009. I mean, that's what is that? Over 12%. So yeah, see the whole market suggesting like a 10 to 12% on some of these that haven't moved as much. Well, it's not too early for XPR if you think the market's going to do this move because it's holding on the 4 hour time frame right now on the 20-day. That's bullish. This is bullish right now, Dancing Jesus. What you see right now is bullish. This is a bullish right now. It's right at that line. So as long as it holds that, you're bullish. And right now it's literally at that line. This is teasing people not to buy. It's going to the, remember when I said everything's like technically on the bottom side of where you'd want it to be? Just a little bit. It's all just a little bit on the bottom side. Well, I always look at it the opposite, Stacy. I'm expecting when I go to bed to wake up and it's going to say, "Ha, Tom, we got you, motherfucker. I can't believe you bought in on a thinly traded weekend, you dummy." Excuse my French. And the other thing with Spell, like I'm looking at the cost to get in. It was minute because it's been going down. See, when there's fear because it's on the opposite of it going up, and it was on the way down on these moves. My portfolio, and you can see it hasn't moved at all right now. My portfolio was down 15, almost 15.17%. Now it's down 14.89% from when I took the money out earlier. So the funny thing is like the way it's going, it was not a huge hit. Let me see how much. So it wasn't as bad as I really thought it was going to be. Absolutely, absolutely it is. Absolutely, Dancing Jesus. And right now everybody's sleeping, right? So what happened for the last 3 hours? It dumped. And what do I always say? We figured out an algorithm here when we try to pump is around what, 3:30, 4 a.m. is when it usually will start. And yesterday it was about 3:30, 4 a.m. So can I ask you guys a question? What do you think about how I've been doing these late night streams like this? Are you guys all for it? Just so we can get on the same, because a lot of things happen at this time of the night. And obviously I don't usually stay on this long, but because of my son's situation, it made it a little bit easier. The only problem is now I might not be up as early in the morning. I got in Spellcoin, yes, at the price it's at. It hasn't gone anywhere since I bought it. It's just sitting. And I know you do. I was hoping that some of you guys did. Like Kenny, I know you do because you're on that other part of the world. Yeah, see, it's 3 a.m. for you and it's 2:09 for me right now. What did we say Bitcoin was trying to hold in the, which time frame was it? Oh yeah, way down. Oh. Hey, whoever sent that $20 on PayPal, it just shows diamonds. Much love. Let's see if it, hold on one sec. 8 p.m. So what are you looking at for Spell to push up to? Okay, so assuming Spell does make any kind of a move, as you can see, it's been stuck in this range for a little while. And the 4 hourly, it's showing that it's kind of like it's a squeeze candle right now in the red, but in the daily it's showing green, and it looks like a reversal candle. So it's gonna be interesting, and it looks like it's squeezed between a pretty tight area here, but I would be anticipating if it moves to the upside, you'd be retesting in the daily time frame that the ultimate rejection point now would be the 20-day, and it would just give you a quick rejection when it got up there. That's what you'd be expecting, something like that when it plays out. But there's obviously points here where we can get stopped, and 439 is one just right up from where we bought it that could actually stop it. If we look in the 30-minute time frame, there's not really too much for us to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Like I said, in Spellcoin, it's in a weird spot because you're playing that it's gonna go up and not down, and it's not in a technical level where you're like, you're holding the 100-day here, which is good. You know, but we want to pull up right here. It looks like it's trying to start a reversal candle here, as you can see on the 30. But we got to pull up now. But this is why I feel pretty good. Look at that sell volume. You see how it's crashing and the volume kept coming down? That's the indicator that we're about to reverse here in the short term. There's no sell volume. That's a big thing. So it almost feels like we're about to have a little bit of a push up. What do I know, right? But we're also talking about how Bitcoin, could possibly come down to, what was it, 38,200. So it could have been a bit of a overzealous move right there as well. I don't know if it's necessarily dumping at this moment. It's pushing down with very little volume, so I think these are artificial push downs. That's what I'm saying. Ah, Miss Ashley Sullivan. Well, it's good to know you're on your wife's account. I appreciate it. But look, you guys see that dump volume though? That's a key indicator. And you see the wicks on the 30-minute? Like this is kind of, man. Oops. Then see, this came down and it's probably touching right here. That's the 200 and the 30-minute, which would probably correlate with something else over here. Yeah, which is in the 4-hour time frame, the 20-day. So I just put it into the US dollar on Uphold. It's just in my wallet. So if the dollar goes down, obviously. Where's file? File. 1886. God, that's the thing. Like, they look like they want to go up too. You know, they look like they want to, and then you can also see where the market's so manipulated, it could also pour right out on us. So that's the thing that sucks about this market so bad. But it's like frozen. Like the market is so frozen right now. It's sickening. It's just been, it's been frozen. I don't know how else to explain it. The market's froze. So before I go, guys, because it's 2:16, what's your overall feeling here? Do we feel like it's going to dump? Do we feel like it's going to run up? Or do we feel like we don't know? Screw your horse. Yeah, it feels like the whole market does have a. It feels like the market has a move up. That's just the way it looks on the charts, but like, you know, it looks like it. It does. And like I said, some of these have come down some 5% to come back to these levels. So it's not like they were bad buys if you're going to ride it when they come down to these levels, because these are the low points of these. I mean, you wouldn't want to be in this right now if it was at 444 where it was just at a few hours ago, but having it at 425, 421, 41 something, if it were to come down, that feels a lot better than having it way up here at fucking 4.4 if you're trying to hold it even on just this candle. So it is sometimes the luck of the positioning as well, like not being in at 4.4 and being in closer to 4.2 or under 4.3 or whatever your tolerance is. There's certain things you've got to watch for here though. Do we have anything that's dumped like 5% on any of these? Or is it just all like pulled down because of the weird flip of the clock? Yep, no, it did right around the same time too. I CFX, I feel like it is too, and I know you're usually not saying that you feel like there's going to be a pump if it's about to come down, but I have that same gut feeling. It just, and that's why I keep emphasizing these prices. Like on some of these, if you're going to get in, these are the bare bone price to get in before some kind of pump. Like Dot sneaked up like a little bit here now. Up 2.6 something percent, kind of against the grain while everything else was kind of going down. It kind of snuck up there a little bit on us. I noticed. Yep, I agree, CFX, and that unfortunately that's what a lot of people don't understand is we have to come down that far. They think I'm lying when I say it, but I'm really not. That's why it's hard sometimes to get into a position when you know, but at the same time, if I were to lose 4% or 5% here, in the grand scheme of things, is it really going to piss me off that much knowing that we're coming down that far? Absolutely not, because I'm not going to be in the position to get washed like that. So it's all about principle, guys. You just got to know. So what? You took a gamble and you lose 2 or 3%. If it comes down 25% on that gamble and you got out after 2 or 3%, are you going to care? Now you can buy 22% more on the bottom. So your portfolio is a little smaller, but you can buy 22% more with a smaller portfolio. No, it can AK, and that's what I've been talking about with XLM. That's why I kept saying if it holds the support, that's why these are premium positions right now. You're getting in before it actually starts this next leg. So you're at a premium right now if you weren't in a position because you're taking a gamble that it's going to come back over these levels. Like right now, clearly from a technical standpoint, when it was under 19.23, you probably shouldn't buy it. But at the same time, look at the buy volume on this, and then you're saying it's coming down. The sell volume is real low. All those put together doesn't even equal that one candle. So same thing, when you have a quick down and then the wick pulls up and it comes here and then you're coming back up. Just like here. Say you get a big wick up and then it comes down, you're coming back up because you're coming back up to at least retest that area. But you got to, I think that this is coming up overall. Like this is building with a nice pull. And I keep saying I think it's going to extend. Where is it at? Yeah. I'm going to delete some of this stuff I wrote because like I'm a little, you can tell I'm a little woozy. It's late. But let's get rid of this. Whoops. I think this area right here is where we're going to have that chance, AK. It'd be up in this area. And then you'd have to get through this area. This area is going to be key as well. And then you've got, what is it? We got to get, yeah, something like that. I really feel like it's a bear market. I do. I feel like it's a bear market. But I feel like this is a bear trap and a bear market. Remember I said there's bull traps and bear traps? You do see an inverse head and shoulders, and that's the thing that's overwhelmingly standing out. And when XRP dumped down like that and some of these other ones, you know, it kind of came down to what we were saying. And I said on my update earlier, XRP to 75 cents, 75.5 or whatever on the retest, and now it's back in that area. So, or down here, we got to follow this. But I want this at the, this is fine because this is our wick right now. That's the 75.1. Our next area of concern is obviously to get back over this at 76.2. So we can measure this right here. So 76.2 is what we have to get over, and then you're clear to about 804, which isn't actually true because you have a wick at 79.6. So, but 804 is the resistance in this little area. I can't disagree with that. I cannot disagree with that. Oh, somebody said amp. Okay, so amp. And you can see with amp too, look how little the sell volume is, guys. Like, it's telling a story, that sell volume. Look at the 30-minute. There is no sell volume. And that's what I'm saying. Look at all this volume it took to get up here. Right? Look at this volume. And then to make the essentially the same move back down from right here. I mean, there's no volume. It disappeared. So, Nicholas, welcome back. I appreciate that, Mr. Sullivan. Since you said you're on your wife's phone, or your wife's account. Lewis, welcome. But yeah, lick my nipples. There is an inverse. Wait a minute. Hold on. Add the Ichimoku cloud to your charts. Ooh. That's a good suggestion. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I've not had this indicator on before. So, what are we trying to say? CFX, run the show here for a minute. Let us know what's going on. Move to 25 or just watch. So, CFX. So, what is this chart telling us right now? In your word. Like, so, let me go to one that we all understand. Blue, oh, whoops. Let me go back. Shit. Okay, so let's go here and see something. So, what, so, because I want to see one that hasn't had even finished the 30-minute divergence yet. And this hasn't finished the 30-minute bullish divergence yet. So, it's a blue-green. Oh, so is this like the buy orders compared to sell CFX? Is this buy compared to sell orders in these areas? Is that what's going on here? Um, or does anybody know? Is that what this indicator is showing? I've never used this indicator. It looks like it's trying to show us the volume in comparison to. Man, is it? Oh, it's calling it before it's even moving. That's what's going on. It's calling out the pattern. Oh, I'll be fucking A. That's a good indicator. If you don't know how to read the charts, that's pretty good if I'm interpreting it right. Oh, go to the daily chart. Where the hell was I at just now? Here, let me go back to this because. Okay, so the first resistance would be this blue line in the daily time frame at 477. Okay, so it's a pattern prediction. So based on this, Dancing Jesus and CFX, where is this what would you be basing your decision on right now based on this chart? Because even on this, it seems to indicate that we're undervalued right now. Sorry guys, but we're gonna sit here until we figure this out. When the candles go up. So this is showing that it's gonna go up. This is showing that we need to come up a little bit. So are we trying to get into this area? So what I'm trying to understand, is this the area we're trying to get into, like in this? On this indicator, or like we're in segments, so obviously we're being supported by probably that green. Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, so yeah, so right now it seems like it's in a favorable position here. 9, 26, 52, and 26. So that's got a lot of data. So let's go to XRP with this, or we'll go to XLM first. Okay, yeah, so I see what you're saying. It's indicating that we need to come up. These are indicating that we need to come up. At least this indicator is saying we got to come up. So I'm assuming it's going to put us at minimum into this area, and then it's like in somewhere in here. So that 22 cent area. So yeah, okay. XRP's looks a little slightly different. See, XRP looks like it's kind of in a weird spot here with this. This is the first one that's kind of showed any downside resistance. So I'm saying that Spellcoin, though, even with this indicator, it's suggesting that Spellcoin is just so oversold right now. It's the same for Bitcoin. Yeah, see? Whew. Isn't that interesting how... So when you're looking at this CFX, would you be, if you're interpreting this, would you, if you're looking at IOTA, would you be like, all right, it's trying to tell us maybe as this plays out, are we trying to come into this area? Are we trying to at least come into this area? Like, is that what it's telling us? Like, we're trying to come to a floor here? That's what I was thinking. Is that, so does that mean it's going to come up into here? Is that what it's trying to tell us? Like 93 cents would be, or like this area up here is like the area it's expecting. Oh, Okay, so we're looking at this like little area here as the resistance cloud. So as it comes up in here, this should be a resistance, or depending on where it hits it. Once you get up in here, even it could be the support in here. Oh my god, I see. Sorry, I'm making a huge mess. I'm fascinated. I like these kind of indicators that actually matter. So it wants to break through this part. So that would be the resistance, but then it could turn into the support for the move to the top. Then you'd have to break through this to get to the top side, which would be $1.12, which would make perfect sense because that's how you'd be bullish in this scenario and break this downtrend. Okay, thank you. Thank you, CFX. I've replaced an indicator now because I have this. I don't necessarily... Well, I guess I can keep them all. But I technically am going to put this on instead of my price volume trend. Okay, so I mean, looking at this, everything's pointing that we're making the right calls right here, actually. I do, guys, I don't know why. I feel really good about this. Like, this is going to turn into a big move. I was talking about it yesterday, and I can't believe I got to buy it at essentially the same price, maybe 1% higher. Like, I don't know, something about this is telling me, and if this is the prediction into the future of this, and it's telling me it's got to at least come up into here, that's what we're talking about. This is perfect. I mean, it is starting to trend down a little bit here. But here's the overwhelming area. That's a big move, and I would love that. Hey, guys, how'd the cloud work for you? Well, it was 3 a.m., and I decided to use the cloud, and it made me 151%. I endorse the cloud from here on out. I'm telling you, this is so undervalued, guys. I've seen this in the stock market when fear takes over, and because of some stuff that comes out, even if it's true, it oversells. Like this went down, it's down 83% right now in the last month and a half at this point. If anything's going to pump, oh, I'm seeing clouds. You better believe it. How long have I been live? I can obviously say I am not doing an update after this live. Well said, CFX. Well said. I feel pretty good then. Now, if the cloud was showing it way down... Oh, you know what? This will be perfect. Let me go to fuel cell and see how stupid I am. Oh, beautiful. So fuel cell's coming into the cloud, and I just started putting put. So based on the cloud CFX, the cloud saying that I made a right decision starting to put my puts in up here when it was at $5.44. Because the cloud is saying we could come up, but you better be out of here. If we even come up to here, you better get the hell out because we very well could come back down and retest this area. And if we break it, goodbye. I like this. I like the cloud. But is it also saying if we got a bunch of volume that we could end up here and my puts would go to hell? All right, anyhow. Let's go to... I think we're on the right track here. I think we have to go up a little bit higher. I do. And if I'm wrong, I blame it on CFX for giving me this indicator. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I don't know. I mean, how often do you get into the market and you feel like this, where you're like, okay, and this would just show you how undervalued XLM is compared to XRP. This is a perfect chart. XRP is what we thought it was, and it's where it needs to be. XLM, you could get money flow out of XRP into XLM. I mean, look at the difference in the pattern. The dream scenario would be for Spell to run 15, 20%, and XLM doesn't do dick, and I can just switch it into there. Oh, this is my new toy. Now I'm going to come on and say the RSI says we're going down. I don't need the fucking stochastic. I got whatever the hell this is. You guys are going to have to look it up because I don't remember. I got the Ichimoku. You guys have the stochastic. I have the Ichimoku. Ichimoku. Oh, shit. Yeah, Shiba's getting towards its tap out zone. But it's still got room to run though. That's just the support line right now. So technically Shiba can come up to that red line, supposedly no problem in the daily. We've got a path here though. You see what it's doing right here, guys? Look at this. Look at this. It's showing us a cup and handle and then pouring out bearish. It's showing us a failed cup and handle is what the pattern's going to do. I'll be interested to see if that fills out. This is showing you a cup and handle. Lick my nipples, I definitely will. But like I said, I got a built-in excuse because my sun very well could still be up. It's only, you know. But look, isn't this what it's kind of showing us, guys? If you're looking at this, isn't it showing like CFX? It's kind of showing us a cup and handle, a failed one that's going to form. In all reality, isn't that what it's showing us? We got a nice double bottom that formed. And now it's suggesting we should come up and fill up there and then pour out a cup. I love this indicator. This is fantastic. Awesome, dancing Jesus. So somebody asked me to look at something else. Oh, Filecoin. File. Okay, so that's what that link was. I can't do it on my screen because it won't let me just click on that right now. But after the stream and stuff, I can go back in there too. Would you CFX? Would you send it to the Twitter? That link to my Twitter, so that I can just pull it up when I get the chance. Ooh. Stacy, remember what we said about File going up to 22.21 and making its decision? When we were talking earlier? Look at where this resistance line would be that would turn into support. Yeah, I'm telling you, I feel like some of these are so undervalued. And File looks a lot like hey, no problem. I do what I can. Wow. I like this. I like this a lot because this is going into what we were thinking, guys. Like how we were talking about the bullish divergence is confirmed. And now it would have to come up. This is just another indicator to have so that you can be like, okay, are we on the right track? Tezos again. Tezos we said might not have as much room to run as some of the other ones. So you can see the ones that are severely undervalued that are going to have a pump here at the end here. It looks like Filecoin's one of them. Looks like Spell's probably one of them. Looks like Theta's one of them. We just talked about Theta too, remember? And it's at all these points that we were talking about. So now I'm gonna take the EMA lines off because obviously I don't really need the EMA line. Well, you know what? That's false. No, because this is basically becoming your new EMA lines, a more consistent line. Because you can see even when you go like that. So okay. And this fits, guys, because look at the daily time frame. I mean, we're inside of such a big symmetrical that it's got a lot of room to come up. And then, sorry guys, but I'm having too much fun. Hey guys, do me a favor. One person send me $1. I want to see who's listening out there. Just $1 or 1 cent. I don't even care. 1 cent. I want to see if it's true at any time of the day. If you ask for 1 penny, somebody will send it or $1. I don't know who says that. I'm just saying it, but. Yeah, you are. The daily time frame. $1. Hey, holy crap. Dancing Jesus sent 10 $1. Okay, so somebody does listen. Herbert sent you $5 for 0.01. Holy crap. See, somebody is listening. Hey! $4.99, $1, $1, $1. So it is true. Somebody's always listening. Somebody's always listening. Hey, Daniel Valley, $5. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Look at me propping up my own stats. Ha 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 ha. No. Thank you, Ankle Spankler, Desmond, Alwood, and I think I missed one. Ruben Visor, $2. $2. I think we're liking this live tonight. I'm liking the live tonight. We've learned a lot tonight. If I missed somebody, I apologize. Let me see if there was if I missed anything on here. I think I seen who did on the. So we got Herbert. Herbert, I appreciate the $5 for the 0.01. And then we got. I said about Dancing Jesus, the $10. Wow, I definitely wasn't expecting that. And then we're gonna look at the rest of them as well. I see what's going on here. I see. You guys don't have to tell me. I get it. You think I'm about to go broke with my trade. So, me too. And trust me, if I didn't have kids, I would have a lot more late night streams like this. The Grim Jaeger, $1.99. Beautiful, CFX. I like how you're educating the audience too, as well as myself. Told you there's some smart people in here. And you guys have seen me reference CFX when he comments on my updates to pay attention to what he's saying, even though it sounds crazy because he's crazy like I am with the prices where he knows they're going. You know, sometimes there's a reason why we're crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But like I always say, that doesn't mean that we can't go up. Kenny, we're going right there right now. You beat me to it. $5 for my trade. Well, because I showed it. CA Stacy, the Maestro sent me $5. If you guys don't know who the Maestro is, you guys haven't been listening long enough. I'm listening, brother. I have an issue with PayPal at the moment, literally, and they're. Oh no. Hey, I'm not asking you guys this. I was just saying. I was thinking one person. I didn't think a bunch of people were gonna send little things. You certainly are, Kenny. My birthday brother. For anybody who doesn't know, Kenny was born on the same day. Well, I was born on the same day as Kenny. Let's be fair, because he's older. How many years apart, Kenny? You know, to the day. I'll let you say it. And you know to the day because we were born on the same day. Small joke. So, look at IOTA. Kenny, look at IOTA. It's the same thing we were talking about. Undervalued right now. I think Kenny's about, one or 2 years older than me. Not much. As Kenny says, he's on the other side of the decade that I'm about to approach. Sweet abiding, don't be sorry. Are you kidding me? You see that TFAM next to your name? You've done all that I ever would ever ask you. Me saying that, I honestly didn't expect anybody to sign it. If you guys know me like that, I swear to you, I was not begging for anything. Like, you guys know me. I don't. If nobody would have signed anything, it would have just gone unnoticed. It was just a small. So yeah, so there's IOTA, and there's oh my god. I'm telling you, man, if Spellcoin could make a run, because my logic with Spellcoin is I think it's got to. I don't know what my logic is, but it feels like it's one step behind and it's got to make these top pushes. See how these had these nice pushes on here? See how it pushed up? I think that is what we have to do. $1 from CJ. 11 years to the day, Kenny. Ooh. Kenny's pushing a magical one this year. Sweet abiding. No. Thank you for understanding. You've already done the most important thing. You believed in me by joining Tom's Army, and I wish you could have the Telegram. I mean, you technically good. Well, I mean, you'd have to go online, though, but I see what you're saying. If it makes you feel any better, I have a burner phone number and I don't even have a driver's license anymore because I don't trust our government. And I can't see out of my left eye, so it's a logical excuse not to drive anymore. But yeah, I mean, you can see what's going on here. It's telling us we're reversing. It's very clearly showing us a reversal right now is taking place. And I mean, obviously, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that we've changed momentum from the bottom in the last couple days. But what it is showing is we don't have a ton of volume. So to think that this is going to get past these breakdown points is likely going to be an issue here. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Man, I made a lot of friends here. We met a lot of friends here. You know that? I can't believe there's 59 of you still watching me at almost 3 a.m. And we've been going 2 hours. Yeah. So I'm rolling a joint right now just to bring this 2 hours in with you guys. But how do you guys feel? Because now we're getting closer to the 3:30, 4 o'clock hour. And the good news for you guys is I'm going to be forced to be up at 8 o'clock regardless with my son, unless he decides to sleep in a little bit. I'm going to do sunny days right now before I smoke my joint while I'm rolling it. Well, I'll hold it in one hand and try not to spill it. So I'll try not to be too loud so I don't get in trouble. I'm going to do it live. I'm doing it live, and then I'm going to do sunny days. But I'm going to do the vulgar sunny days. So I'm going to say the F word, and there's nothing I can do about it. So if you have, well, I don't know what time it is, but if there's kids in the room, I've earned it on this live stream. Okay. Like they say, Stacy, we don't sleep if we want to get the job done, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, the sun. Oh, yes, blue, green. I used to do this live. Where do you think that song came from? Somebody clipped that song when I sang it. That was actually me singing it live, and they clipped it and made the song out of it. So, and I used to sing the song. So, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to do the pump version tonight, the very rarely heard pump version. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun. Sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Shit. XRP will reign supreme. Let's not get caught in the FUD. 'Cause we're gonna crash, but not yet. Oh no, we're gonna go up just a tad. Just to crash. It's gonna be bad. But why not make a few dollars? This guy knows. Yes, he does. Okay, so... So that's the live version. And then I did it one time, guys, when I said it one time clean when I don't even know why I said it. I was just so happy on the day, and I said, I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. And then somebody did that one time I said that verse. And I've only said it like 3 times in the whole time I've ever done it in that verse. And it came up with this as I roll my joint. So now you know where the song comes from. Except that one verse I changed out like 1 or 2 total times for real. And then for anybody who hasn't heard it yet, this is what somebody from the audience turned it into. And Kenny, clog your ears, buddy. Clog your ears. Oh, Grim Jaeger, thanks for the 99 cents. Holy schmagolies. I've really made it. I'm famous. You paid me for my singing. Now I see. I'm a pro. Sunny days. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. Sunny days. Here again. I wear glasses cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. How is my sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Oh. Join Tom's only for $9.99 a month. So I heard a little bit of noise outside. So as you guys know, I don't have my gun next to me that I sit by unless I feel like I need to bring a gun out. But I do sit next to me in case somebody wants to try to kick my door down. I got my karambit right next to me. So then when I walk in, they'll get a nice slice and then it won't even matter. So, but I get so paranoid, and there's like no crime around where I live in this part. But if you go just about 35 minutes from me is Detroit. So it doesn't take too much. Right on, guys. Everybody roll one up. This is the time. This is the time. Total crypto market cap's back up over 1.75. It's back to the positive side. Suggesting we still got to come up a bit. I mean, and that's the thing. Now I'll get a whole bunch of people that are like, you never told us we were going to pump. You never told us it was going to happen. Keep saying it's going down. I was on for 2 hours. You know. I got to be honest with you guys, though. And the other thing, one of the other reasons why I'm calmer tonight, too, is seeing CFX in here with that calm state, feeling like it's going to pump right before the dump. And he's been saying it, too, since we dropped in the comments. He's like, we're going to have one more pump, but you're going to have one more chance to buy this big dip. Keeps telling everybody in our audience, you got one more chance when it comes down, like way down. And it's true, because once that chance is over, everybody's going to be waiting for it to come back down. It's never going to happen. We could be in a long bear market because it could take a while to get to where we need to go. You know what's funny? One day, maybe there's somebody in the crowd, maybe someone's kid's watching, and they're going to say, you know who I want to be like? I want to be like XRP Future Millionaire. Why? And then they're going to say, well, why do you want to be like XRP Future Millionaire? And they're going to be like, because I can smoke, or I can read the charts. You can smoke what? Cannabis, baby. Because it's good for you. In comparison to most things, that is. But not the kids, you know. You guys. Like, think of it this way. I should be your inspiration just because I came from absolutely squat, diggly dick. I didn't have a pot to piss in. That's not even just a term. The pot I had to piss in had holes in it and would drip everywhere, you know. The pot wasn't even a good pot. I might as well just pissed out the window. Oh, yeah, I forgot the window was a paper box. So, you know, we had to cut the window out. So, you know, you can go from a tin can like I basically lived in to something more, and you can... Takes a lot of work, though, guys. I literally am doing this like 20 hours a day. 19 hours a day. Oh, thank you, CFX. I need to look at that ASAP. Absolutely. You know I will. You know I will. Yeah, it's been a few years in the making, Blue Green. I did a lot of things before I came to YouTube to get out of my situations. A lot of it was not my fault. Had a very severe injury. 15 years ago now. I broke my back in a car accident. Somebody decided to be a dick. Nope. The singing sucks. I never claimed to be a singer. But, okay, I know we're kind of just dicking around here. But we've got Theta. I noticed something when I was flipping through. Theta's up 2.85% here again. And then I seen Stacy just said about Filecoin. I seen his comment. That's up to 1897. So we are starting to get a tiny bit of upward momentum here. And guys, when you're looking at these kind of indicators, always look at the bottom, because that's going to be your first start. Even though that's claiming to be the support, you have to break that to make it support. Right now, that is the resistance until we get into this part. You know, and then it's indicating that would be your resistance, that would be your support, but you have to break over it, otherwise this is still just resistance. Awesome. Dude, thank you for being proactive, CFX. I mean, you just gave us a whole new tool to use, you know, you're showing the audience. But look at this for Filecoin. That's a beautiful double bottom. That's beautiful. All right, guys, hold on. I'm going to go check on my son and see if he did go to sleep or not. Just give me 1 minute. All right, guys, the good news, he fell asleep. So he looks like he's been asleep for maybe 15 minutes at most. What was that, $1.99? What the hell? I'm blessed. Lewis, whoa, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. I absolutely can, but I don't really have an exit. Well, I mean, I have an exit strategy already. Some people know my strategy from when I first started on, and it was based on 7,000 shares. But I'll definitely do a full scale one. I'm not going to be able to do it and do it any justice today. I absolutely could do that. I think no sooner than November of this year, likely, for the lawsuit as it lines up. And since the ISO's asked for an extension of 1 year and can be granted by just a majority vote, I believe that we're going to have, it might go into 2023. Some people don't want to talk about it, but it's likely. But I think November is a good spot. But if the flip of the switch happens in the first week of November, which I don't think it's going to, only because they're asking for an extension, or actually have it written within the bylaws that they can extend it to November of 2023. But then the full implementation doesn't happen until 2025 and then also into 2027. But I don't think anything's happened until November, in my opinion. What the hell are all these lights outside? Hold on. Oh, well, that's normal. So where I live, as you guys know, across the street is there's a store there, like a part store, which is cool though because of the way it's built. It keeps a lot of the bullshit out of here. And they have a delivery truck out there, and I love it because it's always got a little bit of activity out there, so people aren't gonna come over here. All right, let's see. So I mean this. So I mean, as far as doing an update for 10 or 15 minutes to try to explain all this to everybody, or doing a live, which I didn't expect to be this long. What did I say? I was going to do a 45-minute live. 2 hours and 10 minutes later, or 2 hours and 10 minutes later. It feels like things are slightly starting to move up now here. Am I wrong? Does the board feel like it's slightly starting to pull up a little bit of momentum here? Oh, lick my nipples. You're asking the wrong question. It should be how low can we go before the lawsuit is settled. Whatever you get here is likely as high as it's ever going to go before the lawsuit settled, in my opinion. Until we go down and reach some very low lows. This is the last significant pump I think that we're going to have for a while. That's why I'm convinced that we're going to pull a bullish divergence now in the 4-hour time frame, which would get us to about, when you're looking at this too, it almost indicates where this resistance is at. And you can see it screams at it in the 42,500 area, and that would be perfect to try to pull some of these in the 4-hour time frame to pull a divergence off here, because you can see we're already pulled through the 4-hour, through the 20, then the 50, then the 100, and then it'll be back on the top side. We're almost through this, actually, the bullish divergence, if you look at it. Oh, no, that's the other line. It's confusing me. We got the red line there. See, that's the other lines now. See, we're going to have to look at this completely different now. We're going to get confused with the EMA lines. Heck yeah, lick my nipples. You got that right. Thank you, CFX. That is freaking awesome. That'll make it a lot easier for me. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you wonder how much I'm dedicated to you guys, especially Tom's Army and the ones who believe in me, you don't even have to be in Tom's Army if you're watching out there and you're not in Tom's Army. I believe in what I'm doing, so that's why I'm willing to come on at 3 a.m. for 2 hours and plus. Obviously, my situation was helped out by my son being up, ironically. Because now when Julie's like, why are you so tired? Well, little T, Tommy Jr. or Tommy the Third was up until 2:30 when he finally decided to go to sleep. What'd you do? Well, I didn't get mad at him. I just let him hang out. No, I don't get mad at him. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. I used to get yelled at a lot when I was a kid, and I didn't like it. Yeah, it's if it wasn't for the old cannabis, my friend, I would not be able to do anything. They had me on so many pain pills and stuff that I would literally be like seeing blur. It clicked when they tried to give me the morphine licks, you know? Not doing that, and I was like 23, 24. Hey, Shade Ali, thanks for following me on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, XRP Future Millionaire on Twitter, XRP Future 222, you can even put in. I think we're up to like 500, and let's see where we're at now. Hey, welcome back, AK. I know, AK. Can you even believe, OG, that I'm still on? 500. I don't even advertise Twitter, and we have 548 followers now. Whew. There's a few things I wanted to share, though, guys, while we're on. You guys want to go through some memes? Yep, Craig. So basically, for being a partner and getting certain achievements, they unlocked a while ago those features so you can send small donations. So it shows you, it'll just show that you're donating something to me during the live stream. It'll show your name pop up in my thing. People like that. Okay, so thank you for this, especially CFX. Gonna retweet that right now. So the memes. Let's go to. Thank you for following, my friend. And I follow back when I know the people are actively following me sometimes. But obviously, you see there's a 2-to-1 differential, so I can't get to everybody. Or some people I just don't like. Let's face it. None of the people that are actively that I talk to, but there's people from the past that are still trying to follow me, and I never followed them back. So, all right, let's go to. Whoops. So we got. This is what I wanted to go, and I seen UB2B has made a couple, and like I said, he just had his child, so he's a new dad, so he's obviously a little busy too, so this is awesome. Don't get caught in the shitstorm. Join Tom's Army, UB2B. Buy the FLUN, or buy the FUD, or the clown gets it, UB2B. Ronald McDonald with his fake money. My Twitter is XRP Future Millionaire. You can type in XRP Future 222. Yeah, I can't tell you that, or Mr. Sullivan. But what I can tell you is we can see how it looks at that resistance support area. But I would say we will first have to make that decision at 41,800 approximately. I would write down on your chart 41,800. Um, discover the truth, see through illusion and delusion with an open heart. Join the FUD Assassins, UB2B. And join UB2B on, just type in UB2B on Twitter. I know he had like 20 something followers a little bit ago. Now he's up to 43. So, one dick that he followed that didn't follow him back. So, discover the fifth dimension. Come, I will show you the power of an open heart. FUD Assassins, UB2B. I mean, these are absolutely brilliant. And like when you follow the flow he does based on my shows, it's insane. An open mind brings more opportunity. It's too bad I lost the opportunity to listen to a much more interesting story because of a hasty decision. Join Tom's army. And if you guys are going to copyright my music that I'm playing, you're going to get in trouble because this is Mother's Second Choice. The other songs are fine, but this song, if you guys copyright these, you'll get a strike on YouTube. So, fair warning, I have expressed written consent from Mother's Second Choice, especially a Mr. Anthony Carter, who was in here at the beginning of the stream. I don't think he's going to still be in here now. God, I love these so much. So we got this. Man, he was at work. He was doing work. Look how to deal with crypto, Pookie. Okay, let's turn this down so we can hear this. Learn how to deal with crypto, Pookie. Oh no, not again. Pookie's on a drunken rampage. Action, every player but you loses. One fortitude. Join Tom's army. UB2B. This guy's fucking brilliant. I seen CFA. I seen that. I was laughing so hard I can't believe I didn't like it. Okay, so that was fucking great. See how the market's looking. Man, it's looking okay. It's about that time when we should be able to get that early AM push. This is about the time when shit starts to hit the fan. This is when I'm like, about to go to bed. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink's coming into its area of concern. I think this is a pretty good estimate here. I really do. And I can come to the conclusion with this. It's like, all right, what's Tom in? Okay, he's in, wait a minute, he's in what? What shit? Oh, Spell? All right, well, let's overinflate it and push it up a little higher than it's going to go. But I'm telling you, I feel like Spell's got a hidden run in here. I really do, because I see a chance. And I think I'm crazy when I looked at this, but I really see a chance where I could see this coming all the way up and pushing this area right here at 5.5, or even this wick that it showed us a long time ago. But I have a hard time telling myself that this is going to be a 35 or 25% trade. I could see 10 or 12. But I mean, my gut tells me it's coming way up here. That's why I have that 5.5 up there, and that's why I wanted to buy it, because I thought anywhere in between here would be the run up. And I was buying it prematurely, or early. Ooh, who followed me on Twitter? Andy Davis. Thanks for following me on Twitter, my guy. I'm going to have to promote Twitter more. And it's not like I don't put anything on there. Like, all my updates go on there and whatever. Let's see. That's me, Anthony Phillips, kid. Oh, wait, Anthony Phillips. Why wouldn't you be able to be in the lives? I'm trying to... I might have to make him a, I'm going to have to talk to him after. Obviously, this live is already over. I didn't even see that. But he very well, he could be, because there's like 2 or 3 people that instead of paying on YouTube, they decided they wanted to pay separate. He might be one of the people that are paying, so he's not able to get in the live stream. That's the thing, like, you can't get in the live stream unless you're paying on YouTube, but I can make him an admin to let him sidestep that, or a moderator, I mean, to sidestep that. So I'm going to have to talk to him in the AM and straighten that out and see what's going on. I used to have what were those little stupid things where we had to like raise a hamster or whatever when we were kids? The cool thing, the little hand that you'd hold it in your hand and you were like raising a pet. It was on some, you guys know the primitive technology in like the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, go to my Twitter, guys. Don't make him do any more work. Jesus, he just did all that work. No, go to my Twitter. He's very generous, but let him enjoy this too. He's in here to enjoy the live stream as well. Even though I don't even know if it's much of a live stream. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Tamagotchis, that's it. No, it is. It's the Tamagotchi. You're right. See, I told you, Tom knows all. I'm even in the Tamagotchi. I'm just, like, when you watch the market, though, was it not a nice, if this does go up from here, did it not set a nice little trap there to get people to just sell? Like, on a dime there. A lot of people I know, even in the Telegram, got out of their positions. I'm like, I don't know if I'd be getting out right now. If I'm already in a position, there's no way. Absolutely, the Tamagotchi. Thank you, CFX. I remember that little bastard. I used to accidentally kill him on accident. It used to really make me sad. But a lot of times I had lots of long-living pets. But look, see, so right now this is indicating as long as we stay on the support, we can still continue up a little bit for Bitcoin. And this is a short term, so then it'll lead us into the daily. So you can see Bitcoin is still working its way through its pattern. I just feel like we have a little bit more time. Yes, blue green. They do because listen, so when they're dumping out, they need artificial rises up when people are buying this. So they dump out, right? We had a huge liquidation. They blame Russia. It gets bought back up. Basically, that's just a lot of things that are going on because we didn't have real substantial volume. If you look at it from as a whole, look at the small amount of volume to pull it back up as far as we dropped. So we already know when we get to the top, we're very bearish here, just based on the return volume in the last daily candle on Bitcoin. It's not even half as big. But what it's telling you is they turn the selling off on the whales, and now every time somebody buys it, just keeps going up. So the whales aren't selling right now, letting the institutional buyers get more and more greedy as they see the price go up and more FOMO starts to pick up. And then right when it gets to probably 42,550 or maybe a little higher depending on how far this wants to go, I don't see much more upside than that. I think 41,800 could also cap it, but anyhow, it gets there and then they dump it out again. And now these people, they don't buy in when it drops to the bottom. They don't buy in at a time like now. They'll wait until after this move to get to the top because this would be like the shoulder and head area forming, or the going up the sternum and that part of this. So you're like halfway through the pattern. Now they're going to wait until it gets to the shoulder to the head. And then right when it starts about around the head, they buy in and then they're up an immediate 3%. Sound familiar to anybody? And then when you sell out, you don't want to sell out because you're like, I didn't buy in just to make 3%, not understanding. Just take the 3% because it's about to roll over and you're going to lose 25%. You're just going to sit there and say, I wish I would have had the 3%. And then you're going to sell out before it ever has a chance to retest the drop point. So you're just going to sell at the bottom instead of having the balls to hold it for a few more hours, a few more days. Let it retest like it's doing right now. So everybody who didn't sell when it dropped, like there's a few people in our Telegram that were saying, oh, it sucks when it goes down 20%, but you don't buy it and make anything. That is true. That's one side of it. But doesn't it also suck when it drops and you sell out because it went down 20%? You're not holding on to it when it comes back up to retest the drop point? What do you think happens when we get back to that part where everybody thinks it's worth enough to drop all those shares that they were fortunate enough to get a little bit of value back on, that they thought they were down 25%? Now they might only be down 7%. Those people are a lot more willing to dump, and you got a lot of people that are going to be sitting like that when you have big liquidation dumps like that. For anybody who tells you the volume alone is telling you that this move can be sustainable, right? Look at the one dump candle and the immediate buyback. That's shit. That's so shit, and this one's going to probably be just as bad, but it's going to end up spiking it to cause people to have fear, the greed, and then it'll just dump on us. And I mean, I'm pretty sure we nailed this market. I'm almost positive we've nailed this again for the second night in a row. So so if it ran up tonight, does it make me more right because I put money in a position? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like last night, just because I didn't buy a position, I still had other successful trades outside of it. But now because I bought something, now if it does the exact same thing tonight as I said yesterday, and it's the same outcome, somehow that makes me more right. I still didn't tell anybody to buy. I did exactly what I did. Have I said to you guys to just buy? No. I told you what I did. It might influence it a little bit, but I'm not saying to go buy because that's not my decision to make. I can give you the best possible scenario to do what you need to do, but I can't physically tell you to buy. I'm never going to do that. Just like I can't cast a line out there for you and reel it in. What I can do is bait the hook. I can bait the hook, and then eventually you can unhook, you can take the fish off eventually. That's how I look at it, but for now, Well, I mean, the only good thing about what Spellcoin did is now it paid off the in fee right now from where it's at. That's a good thing. Because that's about where it made you get it. But, I mean, looking at all of this as a whole, excellent, Kenny. Excellent. That's an excellent interpretation of what I exactly did. And look, Stacy, Filecoin too, we hit that beautifully. I'm telling you, we hit this beautifully, even though I didn't end up buying this one. I talked about the 8. Stacy, what did I tell you? What did I switch it to in the 4 hour? 1868, right? When I messaged you, how close to 1868 if you would have just bought there? Or no, we had 18. What was our buy-in that we had, Stacy, originally? And we switched it down a little bit. Because we had 1880, what was it? 1868, and then what were the other ones? 1889 to 1897. So if you would have went in between the two, like you said, you had to have a plus minus of 5. Yeah, so it would have been within range to buy this from the top down or whatever we decided to do. But it definitely came down, that's what I'm saying. Like, just saving that money, though, you save the in and out. Like, I'm always trying to do that. Okay, perfect, Stacy. So you bought it perfectly. Okay, that's what I was wondering, if you ended up buying at those prices. So you did good. So you got 20 cents on the board right now. That's good. Okay, but guys, I really am probably going to have to log off here. Like, not even that I want to, but my back is hurting. And now Spell's running, but my back is... Well, it's moving up a little bit, but my back is sore from sitting here. No, this is the exact point, like, where the entries are starting right now. If this pushes up, the only thing you missed was the bear, like I was telling everybody, the only thing everybody missed by not getting in would be the bear, trap. I felt like it was a bear trap, so you had to have a little bit of a leap of faith that it was actually going to come up through these numbers, and you had to buy it a little early. So, and that's what we did. That's why I've been on this live stream for so long. I've been on for fucking 2.5 hours. My son stayed up late, so he woke up, so I had to kind of put him down as we were doing this. Oh, you betcha, Alexander. AK OG. I'll be logging off momentarily. I might actually be bad and just say, hey, I'm gonna stay on because my back's hurting. I gotta smoke more. Oh, I will get some sleep. I promise you that. But for some reason, I'm more like I'm in the zone now. I'm trying to figure out, and this is like a case study. I'm trying to figure out the exact way to do these swings and how to do it. And I think coming on the lives when I think the market's gonna move in a certain direction like this, maybe not for fucking 3 hours, but coming on at these points. But you know, I think this is good, and I think we're getting better at the swing trade in a whole, or not the swing trade, but I'm getting better at making it clear. Like I went into the chat, and what did I tell everybody in the Telegram? And this is funny. I told them 1889 buy Filecoin if it looks like it's going to hold that resistance. And now if they would have just listened to that, I put a poll on it too. Do you think it's in a bear trap as far as the market? So, I mean, all you have to do is listen to my lingo. When was the last time I came on here and said we were in a bear trap? That signifies that we're bullish in the immediate short term. Like, I probably threw people off when they seen my headline, like, bear trap. Wait a minute, you're temporarily bullish? Oh my God. I was bullish yesterday too, remember? So, but we're going to see how this goes. You know, we're going to see. Where's XRP? I don't know why the fuck I'm way down there. I wasn't even looking at anything. I was kind of looking at Sandbox to see how it was moving because Sandbox is intriguing right now to me. And if it wasn't for Spell having me by the balls, I would have bought Sandbox probably. Oh, thank you, CFX. I appreciate that. But yeah, I would definitely, if I was you guys, I would be up at, you know, you're gonna wanna, like for me, this will be a night where every few hours I'll probably set, you know, an alarm. But yeah, XRP to about that 83 cent point would be pretty reasonable. But okay, guys, I'm gonna log off. I gotta log off. I'm getting. Oh, Spell's moving nicely now. Where'd it go to? Ooh, back up to 433. All right, I like that. Absolutely, Ruben. Absolutely. But thank you, everybody who tuned in for this 2 hours and 33 minutes. Stay blessed, everybody. It has been an honor and a pleasure as always.